I'm Angela Clarke, author of the Social Media Murder series. The first book in the series, Follow Me, was out last year, and now Watch Me is out, and you can get it in shops now. Today I'm going to talk to you about how to write dialogue. This is something that often frightens writers, and I know a few people who've written entire books with virtually no dialogue in them. Don't do that. Don't be frightened. Get it on the page and then we can get it better. First, a point about style. When you're writing dialogue, you can either use inverted commas or speech marks. Either is fine as long as you are consistent throughout the entire of your manuscript. Each time a new character speaks, start a new line and indent their speech. You don't have to put he said or she said every single time. Judge it and see which works. You can also use other tells like she bit her lip or he turned away from her. And like I said, ultimately, don't be frightened. Get it on the page and then you can get it better. A really good way to make your dialogue better is to listen. I always tell writers to go to a local cafe and listen to the conversations going on around them. How do people talk to each other? Do they cut over each other? Do they interrupt? Do they go back and forth? Are they talking at cross purposes? I once sat and listened to a couple who were talking. The guy adamant he was going to talk about how bad his day was, while the girl was trying to sum up the courage to say something big. Ultimately, she revealed that she was pregnant. Think about this natural rhythm when you're writing and try and put it into the dialogue on the page as well. Don't forget to vary the tone and language that you use. When you talk to your best friend, it will be different than when you talk to your mum or your boss, and you need to show that in your work as well. You should be able to tell which character is speaking just from reading a single line of dialogue anywhere throughout the book, because no two people sound the same and everybody talks differently. Listen out for accents, for different class, different hierarchies within conversations. And a really good tip is to assign nicknames that only one character uses. For example, in both Follow Me and Watch Me, Freddie calls Naz Naz and everybody else calls her Nazreen. So I don't have to write Freddie said after any time she says Naz. Once you've got your dialogue down, a really good way to hear if it's working is to read it out loud. Or even better, ask two of your friends to read it out loud, each taking a different character. That way you can hear if the rhythm's off. Does it sound too stilted, too formal? Make sure you cut those bits out. Are you repeating things that you've already said? Or are you repeating stuff that the reader already knows? Can you say the same thing with less words? If so, do it. In fact, that goes throughout the entire of your book. Never repeat yourself and never say things more than once, and always use the fewest amount of words. It makes your writing tight and it flows better. And ultimately, going back to the first point, just get it down. As soon as you get your dialogue out there, then you can start working on it and making it better. I'm Angela Clarke and you've been listening to How to Write Dialogue. Do check back throughout the blog tour of Watch Me for other tips and tricks that I'll be sharing on writing and getting yourself published. Thanks very much. Bye.